catch up with the head coach of the Taylor volleyball team, Aaron Luthi, after their 3-0 sweep last night against Goshen. A much-needed win for your team. You guys now move, after it being a tie for 7th, now into a tie for 6th in the Crossroads League standings as you get ready to wrap up your first go-around in the league. What did you think of your team's performance after you went back and looked at the film last night?
Yeah, it was good to see a lot of the things we were able to execute from some of the fine-tuning that we really worked hard on this past week. We had a bye on Wednesday evening, so we were able to get 3 really solid practices in a row as we prepared for our Goshen match and obviously for our match today. But just really saw a different mindset on the court. The girls are very poised, confident going into last night, and I really feel like they were able to utilize some of the things that we worked on and execute the plan accordingly. So, yeah, super proud of them.
4 players with at least 9 kills, none of which were named Amanda Adams because she was at home sick. She's back today. But what does it mean to have those 4 young ladies, 3 of which they've only been here for at least a year, in Grace Isaacs, and you have Ryan and Nikki, they're freshmen, and obviously Addie had her 9 kills being a senior, but get a lot of youth and a lot of dispersed offensive attack last night without your go-to hitter. How proud are you of you with your offensive side of the floor?
That's a blast to see as a coach, and as I was reviewing film last night, just to see how young we are and how the girls are really stepping up. And we've gotten rid of some of our freshman mistakes that we've made in the last few weeks, and the girls are really poised and working on their confidence and really working together. I think the trust between the upperclassmen and the underclassmen, they're gelling and figuring that out. And Haley's really finding her go-to hitters within the midst of that, and that's exciting. We have girls, even last night, Addie was able to play on the outside for us, and Grace and Julia did a really nice job in the middle, and Ryan has been solid for us every single match. And Nikki Seacrest is continuing to have a huge, heavy arm on the outside. So, yeah, it's fun to see as a coach for program culture for the future, but obviously we live very much in the moment right now, and I hope we can carry that momentum into the game and match today.
Kills obviously is kind of the easy stat to look at if you're a fan looking at the box score, but the one that stood out to me last night, your team had 65 digs. Goshen had 112 swings as a team. So you dug close to half of their swings last night. And obviously, Sam Korn, your libero, is going to get a healthy majority of those, obviously. But you had everybody that played last night except one young lady had at least one dig. That includes the 6-foot-tall Grace Isaacs, who got stuck in the back row last night and had a dig. But getting that defensively, is that maybe more important to get things going defensively, knowing that your offense can be there and it can be diversified?
Sure. And I think that just creates a mindset for the match as a whole when the hitters on the other side of the court are swinging away and we're just picking them up and picking them up and picking them up. You get in their heads pretty quickly with that. And that's exciting. Our girls thrive off of that. We worked really hard on defense this past week and just reading and finding hitters and establishing blocking patterns that create alleys for our defense to be able to dig the ball well. And Sam is obviously a very steady, consistent presence for us, but we had a lot of girls. The middle backs looked so much better last night. Jess and Ashley and our big girl Grace stepping in when she serves the ball from the back row. And yeah, I just think it speaks to the fact that we're really focused on being, pursuers of every single ball and just really leaving it all on the floor. And I thought the girls did a really nice job of it last night. I know, and one of the highlights that was put together last night was Jess picked up a ball that was in the deep corner, and Sam ran literally to the bleachers and pulled it, and we pulled it back over on the other side. And, I think that speaks to the heart that these girls are so hungry right now for wins, and they really want to take our team to the next level.
Last thing is we talked with the head coach of the Trojans, Aaron Luthi. You guys play Mount Vernon Nazarene here this afternoon. Back-to-back road matches for the team that's the farthest away from everybody in the conference. Just a couple of years ago, they were right at the top. They were at the national tournament. How are they different this year, still looking for that first Crossroads League win?
Sure. Mount Vernon is young. They have a lot of great athletes on their team. I think they've probably been working through some of the same issues we have over the last few weeks of gelling and finding that right lineup that's going to work best for them. Kristen Osborne's back as a senior, very consistent, smart player on the outside. They run a 6-2, so they have a solid offensive weaponry of 3 hitters on the front row at all times. So, yeah, we were able to really dissect their film against Huntington last night. They had a little bit of a disappointing showing against Huntington, so I'm sure they are hungry for a win today. And definitely respect Paul and his 35 years of collegiate coaching experience. We can never take anything what he might have up his sleeve for granted, and looking forward to a competitive match today.
Erin, thanks for the time and good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
Freshman from West Salem, Ohio, number 5, Nicole Winkler. A middle hitter, 5'9" senior from Newark, Ohio, number 12, Audrey McCullough. An outside hitter, 5'10" senior from Mount Vernon, Ohio, number 14, Caitlin Duper. A defensive specialist, 5'8" senior from Salem, Ohio, number 15, Kristen Osborne. And their libero, 5'1" freshman from Wheelersburg, Ohio, number 8, Ellie Ruby. The Cougars are coached by Paul Swanson, who's assisted by Molly Alexander and Kelsey Bray. And now fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. A defensive specialist, a 5'3" sophomore from Plymouth, Indiana, number 5, Ashley Harrell. Our center, a 5'5" senior from Plymouth, Indiana, number 6, Haley Harrell. An outside hitter, a 6' senior from Davenport, Iowa, number 9, Addie Bailey. On the opposite side, a 5'11" freshman from Pittsburgh, Indiana, number 15, Ryan Serbiak. An outside hitter, a 5'10" sophomore from Heath, Ohio, number 16, Amanda Adams. A middle hitter, a 6' sophomore from Highland Heights, Kentucky, number 17, Grace Isaacs. Our libero, a 5'5" junior from Perrysburg, Ohio, number 7, Sam Bourne. And our honorary team member from Team Impact, Ellie Weaver. Your Trojans are coached by Erin Lukey. She's assisted by Shaka Hepler and Kayla Hunter.
So we are ready to go here from Odell Arena here this afternoon. Rick Johnston with you as the Trojans look to sweep this weekend set after sweeping Goshen an evening ago 3-0. The Trojans have their full roster out there tonight after no Amanda Adams an evening ago. Amanda was out sick. She is back today and in the starting lineup. Nikki Parrott is also back off the injured list, and she is available as well, along with Brooke Siswerda. Mount Vernon Nazarene in search of that first Crossroads League win. They come in 0-7. They have an 8-10 overall record. Taylor 5-9, or 6-9, I should say, after last night's win. They're now 3-5 in the league. A career milestone to keep our eyes on here this afternoon is Sam Korn, the Taylor libero. She is 8 digs away from 1,000 for her career. And if she's on the current pace that she is on, she will attain that here in this first set. Ellie Ruby is the libero this afternoon for Mount Vernon Nazarene. The Trojans will serve first. They are in the court to our right. They are in purple. Korn, the libero, is in white. Mount Vernon Nazarene is in green, and Ruby, their libero, is also in white, just like Sam Korn. And so Haley Harrell will get our match underway, and we're a go here from Odell Arena. In the middle is Nickel, tap back over, and a violation called against Mount Vernon Nazarene. A double hit called against Reagan Nickel. 1-0 Taylor to start. Students bringing their Chick-fil-A and their lunch in with them here for this 2 o'clock start. Harrell will float one deep, tap forward. Nickel will dive to keep the ball off the floor. And that's tapped into the net by the 2 arms of Caitlin Duford. The Trojans jump out to a quick 2-0 lead here in set number 1. A very young ball club for Mount Vernon Nazarene. That's what you heard from Taylor head coach Erin Luthy, who's in her 3rd season. She's dealing with a young ball club as well. Near side set, dig from Haley Harrell. Korn will set it up far side of the floor to Cerniak. She'll rope this one long. And the first attack error of the afternoon will give Mount Vernon Nazarene, their first point. They're on the board, down 2-1. Cerniak had a match-high 13 kills an evening ago. As we mentioned in the pre-match interview, the Trojans had 4 players with at least 9 because the young lady that has tapped it over Adams was absent because of a sickness. Mount Vernon Nazarene plays it back over. Here's Adams going cross-court. It's dug back over by Harmony. Adams to Harrell, far side to Cerniak, will tap it over with that left hand. And Cerniak's first kill of the afternoon gives Taylor a 2-point lead.
In for your Trojans, number 13, Jessica Doding, and number 18, Nikki Seacrest.
Nikki Seacrest and Dodane come in for the first time this afternoon. Dodane, who had an ace last night, will sidewind one to the far side, and it lands in on that far sideline, and Taylor gets their first ace of the afternoon, and they take a 3-point lead.
Jessica Doding.
So a 3-point lead for Taylor. This serve received cleanly. Nickel to the near side of the floor. Right-hand swing. There's the first dig of the afternoon for Korn. She's 7 away from 1,000. This one tipped down the net. And it'll go a point to Mount Vernon Nazarene. The violation 4 hits the call against Taylor, as the initial swing by TU hit off the net and not the block. And there's the second point of the afternoon here for Mount Vernon Nazarene. They trail by 2, 4-2. Harrell over her head to Cerniak. Blocked back down beautifully on the far side by Winkler and McCullough. First block of the afternoon for Mount Vernon Nazarene. They rip off back-to-back points and are to within 1, down 4-3. Dodane will play it to Haley Harrell. Here's Isaacs on the right side, and she drops home a monster right hand for her first kill of the afternoon. TU in the court to our right. The Trojan bench will be asked to back up, and they will. Korn will skip and serve one over. Her grandmother watching from Perrysburg, Ohio this afternoon. Her granddaughter will get underneath and set up Cerniak, who will rope one over to the near side. Tapped over once, diving dig from Bailey. Seacrest in the middle, and Haley Harrell will 2-arm it over. In the middle to Nickel, the setter. She'll go cross-court, far side over the block, and there's Korn's second dig of the afternoon. Now 6 away from 1,000, and then Seacrest will rope it too far outside, and that will bring Mount Vernon Nazarene to within 1, down 5-4. 5-4 lead for the Trojans. Had just their second sweep of the season last night, taking down Goshen here at home. Seacrest will deposit this one in the back corner across from us. And after giving up an error, Seacrest comes back and gets kill number 1 this afternoon. It's 6-4 Taylor. And Sherb, who had an ace last night, will serve a deep scoop forward and popped up by Dufer. Blocked back over by the Trojans and kept alive by McCullough. Ruby underneath, the libero will sweep it over. Haley Harrell sets up Bailey to the far side antenna, and Ruby is there for the dig for Mount Vernon Nazarene. A near side swing off the top, dug by Korn, that's her third. And Mount Vernon Nazarene keeps it alive, blocked back over, still on Mount Vernon Nazarene's side of the net. Dufer tapped, diving dig is Dodane, kept alive by Korn, and then it'll be swept over here by Dodane. Far side again for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Sherb with the dig on the Winkler swing. Korn to Seacrest, she'll slap it on over. And it's dug up by Dufer and tapped back over by Taylor. Near side of the floor, the play tipped. Diving dig from Korn. Harrell punches it over and the rally continues. Third dig of the afternoon for Korn. Dodane with a dig from the back row. Harrell near sideline. Seacrest, and this place loses its roof as Seacrest drops home her second kill after a long rally. And the Trojans collecting digs and bunches just like they did last night. And Mount Vernon Nazarene needs a timeout. 7-4 Taylor the lead here in set number 1 on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
A long rally gives Taylor the lead at 7-4. And Sechrist gets kill number 2. Sherb back to serve again. The senior will send it on over. Dufer, middle of the floor. Dig from Korn. That's her 4th. 4 more to 1,000. Sherb will tap it, and this dies right on the short part of the net on Taylor's side. (7-5) the Taylor lead. And Ruby will send it over for Mount Vernon Nazarene. She is their libero. Harrell in the middle to Sechrist. A good fake from Bailey, but read perfectly by Nicole Winkler of MVNU. A soft tap over just in front of the diving Korn for a dig or kill on the near side by Caitlin Dufer. 7-6 the Taylor lead. This one served deep. Korn to Haley Harrell. The slide to Bailey, right around and dug off the floor by Dufer. Behind the line swing from Dufer, and there's a dig for Korn. That's her 5th, 3 away from 1,000. Bailey's swing is blocked back over on the second block of the afternoon here for Mount Vernon Nazarene, and they've tied our opening set at 7 aside. Sherb to Harrell. Here's Sechrist right side off the top of the net. Blocked back over by Mount Vernon Nazarene, and Taylor resets as Bailey slaps it over with the right hand. Big swing, Sherb with a dig attempt, but it's Mary-Kate Harmony with the kill. And for the first time this afternoon, Mount Vernon Nazarene has gone in front. They're up 8-7. So they've scored 4 straight out of their own timeout to take a lead. Bailey will deposit it on the far sideline and get her first kill. And that ties set 1-8.
Returning for your Trojans, number 5, Ashley Harrell, and number 16, Amanda Adams.
Ashley Harrell back to serve as she and Adams come back into the match. Near side play over the block, dug by Harrell off the net, and then Haley Harrell scoops it over. And there's a dig from Korn, her 6th, and then a behind-the-line scoop here for Ashley Harrell. Cross court far side, it's Winkler over the block, and Ashley Harrell's there for the dig. Near side, Adams, she'll punch it off the near side antenna. Korn try to keep it alive. And Taylor down 9-8. They've dispersed signs amongst us, so Korn at that 1,000 dig mark now, and Adams will try to tool off the block here. High into the air is Dufer, dropped over, dug by Sherb. Harrell near sideline, Adams, and that one goes off the side of her hand. And MVNU takes a 2-point lead at 10-8. The fans down below us all with signs for her 1,000th career dig. But Korn locked in tightly. Bailey to the back row and in. Second kill for Bailey. And Sam Korn checks out to a rousing ovation as she has just collected her 1,000th career dig. Abby DeSimpler wraps her in a bear hug. And then it's an ace for Addie Bailey, and we're set 1 is tied at 10.
Service ace by number 9, Addie Bailey.
Second ace for Taylor tonight. And we're knotted at 10. Dufer, far side, blocked into the air. Harrell will track it down, and Sherb working near side to Adams over the block, dug to the sky by Dufer. Ruby hustles after it and gets underneath, and then it's free balled over by MVNU. Slide to Isaacs, tapped into the air, and Ruby underneath for another dig for MVNU. Far side of the floor, tapped right down by Isaacs, and it's punched around. 4 hits will be the call against MVNU. And the Trojans taking a 1-point lead, 11-10. They are on a 3-0 run. Bailey, a standing right-handed smash. At the net to Dufer, played back, and a miss hit there by MVNU and Nicole Winkler. 2-point lead for Taylor, 12-10. They have scored the last 4 in a row. Bailey will have it go off the hands of Ruby, and Addie Bailey gets her second ace, and Taylor leads 13-10. That forces an MVNU timeout. With the Trojans on a 5-0 run, they lead 13-10 here in set number 1.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
MVNU out of timeouts. We saw this hurt Goshen in last night's contest where they took their 2 timeouts early. Trojans on a 5-0 run, and that will come to a close here as Ashley Harrell couldn't get her hands underneath the dig attempt cleanly. And that stops the 5-0 run for Taylor and brings MVNU back to within 2, down 13-11. Reagan Nickel will serve. The setter will knuckleball one over. Sherb will play it up to Haley Harrell. Near side of the floor, Adams, 2 tools off the block. And Adams gets her first kill here of the afternoon. 3-point lead for Taylor. As Ryan Cerniak re-enters for Taylor. And Haley Harrell will serve it over for the Trojans. A high rainbow to the back row. Nickel right in the middle, and a laser beam right through by Kristen Osborne. A perfect set there by Reagan Nickel, and Osborne did the rest. Here's Harmony to serve. Harrell in the middle to Isaacs off the top of the net and scooped back over on the block attempt. Ashley Harrell digs, Haley Harrell sets, Ryan Cerniak sweeps. Nickel scamples underneath, blocked back over by Isaacs of TU. A behind-the-line swing for Winkler of MVNU, and Korn gets another dig. Near side of the floor, Adams, and that one, though, curls around the block and just misses the near sideline. (14-13) the lead here for Taylor in set 1. Harrell will bash it back, and then Korn will have to get it over on a third hit. Haley Harrell there for the dig. Korn will set up Cerniak, far sideline, and the lefty comes cross court and is dug by Reagan Nickel. A 2-arm deep dig from Korn. Haley Harrell near sideline, Adams. She'll sweep it over, and it's dug once again by MVNU. A right-hand swing right down the middle by Osborne, and then it's played to the near side from Cerniak to Adams. Tapped once, and then Nickel will play it over her head near side, and that one goes off the near side antenna by Caitlin Dufer. 15-13 the Taylor lead in set number 1. And Jessica Dodane goes back to serve. A sidewinder from Dodane, received cleanly, and then it actually will come off the near side of the floor. That'll go down as a Taylor ace. Their 4th here of set 1. They lead 16-13. Dodane with 2 aces here so far tonight. A right-hand smash dug cross-court by Harrell for Taylor. Korn sets up Cerniak. Her left hand is a straight line drive and out. Second error for Cerniak. And MVNU back to within 2, down 16-14. And Osborne, a standing right-hand sidewinder. Harrell to the near sideline, Sechrist off the heel overhand, dug cross-court by Ellie Ruby. They set up Winkler, who will send that one long and out of bounds. First error of the afternoon for Winkler. And the Trojan advantage is 17-14. Here trying to take a 1-set-0 lead in the match. Nickel to Winkler. Tools off the block of Bailey and Cerniak and in for a kill. First kill for Winkler this afternoon. And MVNU draws to within 2, trailing 17-15. Standing right-handed serve from Dufer in the middle of the floor. Taylor on the right side of the net. MVNU on the left. Bailey through a block attempt, kept alive by the aforementioned Dufer. And then Winkler will sweep it over. Haley Harrell underneath, sets up her roommate Bailey in the middle, and leaning down and digging it is Dufer. Violation is called against Vernon Nazarene on a double hit. 3-point lead for Taylor at 18-15. Sechrist and Bailey leading the way for Taylor with 2 kills apiece. And this one played deep and out of bounds, too strong from Sherb. First service error for Taylor here this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. And it goes back to a 2-point set 1. Taylor up 18-16. Sherb reaches out, gets the play clean, and then Harrell whistled for a double hit. Two points in a row for MVNU have drawn them to within 1, trailing 18-17. Sechrist has got other ideas and gives Taylor a 2-point lead back. Third kill for Sechrist. She leads the match in that category. Amanda Adams and Ashley Harrell return. Shuffling underneath is Dufour, tapping it over the block. Nicely played by Mary-Kate Harmony to go to the changeup with that right hand. Her second kill makes it a 1-point set one. 19-18 in favor of Taylor. Winkler serves, Harrell to Harrell, near sideline. Adams leaps high, but Ruby's there to scrape it off the floor for a dig. Down the line and on Mount Vernon Nazarene side of the net by Kristen Osborne. And Taylor gets the 21st, they're up by 2. Addie Bailey will stand and serve it over. Dufour in the middle, rising high, and Bailey gets a dig on the Harmony swing from the back row. Adams steps in and smashes it right into the net. First error by Amanda Adams here this afternoon. Reagan Nickel returns for MVNU. She replaces Alyssa Harrer. And Nickel will do the serving. 20-19, the Taylor lead here in set number 1. Haley Harrell setting up Adams, a sweep over and dug by Nickel. Back over the net. Adams trying to take advantage and is dug in the back row by Nicole Winkler. Winkler sent it deep right at the knee of Ashley Harrell as Taylor just missed the dig. Kill number 2 for Nicole Winkler, and set 1 is even at 20. A good back and forth here as Mount Vernon Nazarene looks for that first Crossroads League win. In the middle to Isaacs from Harrell, and Isaacs tools off the block. Her second kill of the opening set, and Taylor goes back in front by 1, 21-20.
Returning for your Trojans, number 15, Ryan Cerniak.
Cerniak back in for Taylor, and Haley Harrell, a former Crossroads League Setter of the Year, will tip it off the top of the net, and Ruby is there to receive it. Near sideline play, dug by Korn on the Harmony try. Ashley Harrell sets it over far sideline Cerniak, and she'll two-arm it over. Nickel underneath, a quick set in the middle, tapped off the block by Mary-Kate Harmony for her third kill. And Harmony ties set 1 at 2, or 21 I should say. Number 2, Mary-Kate Harmony will go back to serve. Sophomore out of Ohio. Harrell sets up Isaacs, a two-hand sweep deep. Pop forward by Winkler. Drop shot down, and unable to get her hand underneath is Haley Harrell. A drop shot kill by Reagan Nickel, the setter for MVNU. And the Cougars regain their lead at 22-21. Taylor needs a side out here badly. Cerniak to Harrell, sets up Isaacs, and that will work perfectly. So Isaacs, who had 9 kills last night, finding her way back into the lineup after being pulled in that match against Indiana Wesleyan a few weeks ago. 22-22 in set 1. Nickel sets one up in the middle. A diving dig by Korn, but it goes off of Cerniak's knees and down for an MVNU kill. Visitors up 23-22 here in set 1. Neither team is led by more than a couple of points here in our opening stanza. Isaacs will tie us again for her second swing in a row. Fourth kill for Isaacs. That leads the match in set 1 back to even at 23 apiece. Here's Korn, who just passed 1,000 career digs to serve it over. Nickel, far sideline Winkler, and she tools off the Taylor block attempt. Third kill for Winkler to tie Harmony for team high honors. And now it's set point for MVNU at 24-23. Dufour to serve it over for Mount Vernon Nazarene as they try to come back and win set 1. Floating it deep, Korn will play it forward. Haley Harrell to the near sideline Sechrist. She gets it over the net, and it's dug by MVNU. Winkler blocked back over. It's Bailey and Cerniak, and we're tied at 24 in set 1.
Number 3, Jamie Sherb.
Jamie Sherb comes in to serve for Taylor. And we get extra volleyball here in set 1. Tied at 24 in our first frame. And this one ticks off the top of the net. Ruby able to play it back over the net. Bailey will knock it over with those forearms. And now it's set point for Taylor, up 25-24.
Bailey. Fans, get on your feet for set point.
And Sherb will serve again. A right-hand jump serve, played forward in the middle. Far side of the floor, a swing dug by Korn. Haley Harrell sets up Seacrest on the near sideline off the top of the tape. Ruby can't keep it alive, and Taylor takes set one by a final of 26-24. We will keep it here for a moment. Just before we go to our normal commercial break, because they are going to honor Sam Cohen for her 1,000th career dig here before we go to our in-between set break. So we will turn it towards the bench, and here we go to honor Sam Cohen.
Achieving her 1,000th career dig as a Taylor Trojan.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor had 13 kills and 11 errors in set number one for a 0.41 hitting percentage. Mount Vernon Nazarene swung better, had hit 114, 11 kills and 6 errors. But the Trojans also benefited by having 5 service aces in that first set. Grace Isaacs and Nikki Seacrest leading the way with 4 kills apiece for TU. Addie Bailey has 3 kills, and she also has 3 aces. The two teams switch sides. Taylor on the side of the net to our left. Isaacs, the left-hand little tap over. A violation into the net is Mount Vernon Nazarene. It'll be Caitlin Dufer, number 14. And for the second set in a row, the Trojans get the first point. Mary Kate Harmony with 4 kills for MVNU. Nicole Winkler with 3. And MVNU outblocked Taylor in that first set, 3-2. Far side to Harmony, tapped by Korn on the dig, played back to the far side, and then Seacrest will loop it on over. Quick set in the middle, Harmony will try to tool off the block, and that one just out of the reach of Sam Korn. Fifth kill for Mary Kate Harmony. That leads the match and ties set 2 at 1. And Harmony will smash it on over. Off the hands of Dodane. Korn will curl around her and play it. And then Sechrist will loop it on over. Nickel across court set near side. Dug by Korn on the swing from Osborne. Sechrist from Haley Harrell, and she tools off the block. And Sechrist gets her 5th kill. First one of set 2. And Taylor back in front, 2-1. Sam Korn will go back to serve. Played up by Ruby. Near sideline, a right-hand tool off the block is Audrey McCullough's. Her first kill of the afternoon ties set 2 at 2. Cerniak to Harrell in the middle of Pomeranke. Tapped by Ruby, kept alive by McCullough. And then two-armed over, a diving dig from Korn, and then tapped to hit the floor. Nope. A double hit called against Jessica Dodane. Three to 2, the MVNU lead. Cerniak to Haley Harrell, far sideline Sechrist. She had to wait for it to come down, back to the earth. And then she uncorked a bomb with that right hand. Set 2 tied at 3. And Sherb will do the serving here for Taylor as Pomeranke enters and replaces Cerniak. Received clean, Nickel to the near sideline, reaching up high for it and dropping it down is Nicole Winkler. Her 4th kill puts MVNU back in front by 1, 4-3. Alyssa Harrer in for MVNU, going back to serve is Caitlin Dufer. Pomeranke gets it from Harrell, and she'll sweep it down with a right hand. First kill for Pomeranke. Here comes Ashley Harrell and Addie Bailey back in for TU.
Number 5, Ashley Harrell, and number 9, Addie Bailey.
Ashley Harrell will handle the serving. A short float. Dufer, a good set, but out of bounds. Too strong for Winkler. And Taylor goes in front 5-4 here in set 2. Ashley Harrell back to serve. Taylor with 5 aces here so far, but none here in set 2. That will not change. A diving dig from Bailey, out of bounds. Harrell will try to play it back over the net, but couldn't get it back over as it hits where the antenna would go out. She played almost directly parallel or right in line with the net, but couldn't curl it back around the net on her side and have it land on MVNU's side. Sherb plays the serve, Harrell in the middle, and then Ashley Harrell will knock it over. 5-5 in set 2. Bailey wins the joust. It's kept alive and then knocked back over, and now Taylor will try to reset. Haley Harrell, then Pomeranke will line drive it out. And back-to-back points by MVNU have given them a 1-point lead at 6-5. Harrell will scoop it and keep it alive on the set receive, tapped over by Korn. Near sideline, going down the line will be Nicole Winkler. Haley Harrell to Bailey, a right-hand tool off the block is down. 4th kill for Addie Bailey. And we're tied at 6 here in set 2. Julia Pomeranke will serve here for TU. Dufer sets up Winkler off the block and dug by Haley Harrell. No libero out there for TU, and Bailey will smoke it into the net. Second error for Addie Bailey. And Mount Vernon Nazarene back in front by 1 as Sam Korn returns for the Trojans. Nicole Winkler will handle the serving for the Cougars. Sherb plays it up to Haley Harrell. Bailey left sideline over the block, but out of bounds as Ruby pulled those hands back at the last possible moment. 8-6 the MVNU lead. As they trail 1-0 in the match. Taylor 1 set 1, 26-24. Haley Harrell to Isaacs. There's that big right hand as Isaacs just hung in the air like she was suspended from the ceiling. Her 5th kill, and that brings Taylor back to within 1. Haley Harrell will send a top spin serve over. Dufer to the near sideline, off the near side antenna, And a whistle blows, and it is off that near side antenna. 4 hits is actually the call on the Osborne swing. It didn't hit the antenna, it hit the top of the net, and then went back on MVNU's side of the net. 8-8 in set 2 with Taylor serving. Down the line comes off the top of the net by Osborne. Back on Taylor's side of things. Here's Bailey, a left-hand punch that circles around. Little tap over, it's Isaacs right in the middle, and Taylor leads by 1. 9-8, the TU lead here in set 2. And Haley Harrell goes back to handle the serving. Underneath is Doofer to the far sideline, and that one can't get over the net. It was Alyssa Harrer. She came down a little funky on that foot. Will look to be okay as she popped right back to her feet. She had to get her foot positioning proper on that far side where the pole is. Doofer in the middle to Harmony. Dug back over by Harrell, over Isaac's head, and then Korn leaps forward and scrapes that ball off the parquet floor. Harrell sets it up, Korn gets underneath. Near sideline, Cerniak to the back row, and is dug forward by MVNU. Trying to go deep and into the net is MVNU, but Korn leapt 3 feet in the air and kept that ball off the floor and gave Taylor the opportunity for the point. And MVNU takes their first time out of set 2. The Trojans lead by 3, 11-8 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Out of the MVNU timeout is going to be another ace for Taylor. They lead by 4. This time it's Haley Harrell. 6th ace of the afternoon for Taylor. And they're up 12-8. Better receive this time. Osborne made that Doofer near side, and soaring in is Osborne from the near side to smash that one off the block attempt. Second kill for Osborne, and MVNU is back to within 3. 12-9 here in set 2. Mount Vernon Nazarene looking for their first Crossroads League win of the season. Isaacs off the top of the tape, and it lands back on Taylor's side. First error by Grace Isaacs here this afternoon. That one just a hair from blasting in on MVNU's side. 2-point deficit for the Cougars. Harrell gives Cerniak a go, and she'll tool off the solo block attempt of Doofer. Second kill for Cerniak, and Taylor leads by 3 once again.
Number 13, Jessica Dodane, and number 18, Nikki Seacrest.
Seacrest and Dodane back in for TU. And Dodane will get that one just over the tape. They give it back. And that one, they give it back, I should say, to Osborne. Excuse me. And Dodane is a couple steps away from getting a dig try at it. 3 kills for Osborne, 2 behind Harmony for the team lead. And that serve lands just inside the near sideline by the aforementioned Mary-Kate Harmony. The first ace by the visitors draws them to within 1. 13-12 their deficit in set 2. Isaacs off the top of the block, played back to the middle by Winkler, and then will be scooped over by MVNU. Dodane to Harrell. Here's Isaacs, a little punch on a changeup just in front of the diving Nickel. 7 kills for Isaacs, leads the match.
6.
And Taylor leads by 2 once again, 14-12. Sam Korn will go back to serve. And she'll send a knuckleball over. Nickel over her head, far side to Osborne. She'll rainbow that one over the block attempt and bring MVNU back to within 1. 4th kill for Kristen Osborne here this afternoon. And it'll be Osborne to serve it for the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Haley Harrell to the far sideline, and Sechrist. It's dug into the second row. 7th kill for Sechrist. And the Taylor lead back to a deuce at 15-13. Benners to replace Cerniak. And she'll handle the serving. They pop it up. Winkler rises, and Korn will get down on a knee and get the dig and nullify the kill attempt there from Harrell. Off the block, played forward by the jumping Korn. Haley Harrell, left side of the floor. Sechrist brings that thunder with the right hand. And Sechrist with a match high 8 kills, and Taylor's lead goes to 3 at 16-13. Spirit fingers in the air for the Taylor bench, and Sherb has a tick off the top of the tape for the Trojans. 7th ace here this afternoon. Sherb, the 4th different Taylor player with at least 1 ace here this afternoon, and the Taylor lead is at 4, 17-13. Sherb will send a bomb over this time, played around and scooped over by McCullough. Haley Harrell to give Sechrist another go, a little scoop with that right hand, a changeup, and Taylor leads by 5, 18-13. 9th kill for Sechrist. And Sherb will continue to serve. Blowing it deep off the fingertips of Doofer. Osborne able to play it, and Ruby will scoop it over. Sherb to Harrell, a right hand tap down. That is just long on the far sideline. Just a little bit too strong on the swing there by Haley Harrell. And it's 18-14 in favor of TU here in set 2 as they try to go up 2-0. Harrell's quick set blocked back over by MVNU. 4th block, for the Cougars. And back-to-back points have brought them to within 3 here in set 2, down 18-15. Korn to Harrell on the slide to Pomeranke. She'll place that one in the back corner, and the Taylor lead goes back to 4 on Pomeranke's 2nd kill here this afternoon.
In for your Trojans, number 5, Ashley Harrell, and number 9, Abby Bailey.
Dodane and Sechrist exit. Bailey and Ashley Harrell return. A short one on the serve that Ruby's able to play clean. Near side block, diving dig on the Harrer swing is Bailey's. Two-handing it over is Korn. Punched around to the near side, it's Winkler. Right hand tooling off the block, trying to. Dug by Sherb. Pomeranke has to limbo herself to make sure she doesn't run into the back of the net. Lollipopping it over, Korn digs, and it goes soaring back over the net. A back pedal from Harrer, tapping over. Taylor looks for a double hit. They won't get it. Harrell gives it to Bailey. Off the block, and a diving dig from the back row will land at the bottom of the net. And Taylor leads 20-15. And that will force the second and final timeout for the visitors here in set 2. With Taylor up 20-15 in the set. They lead 1-0 in the bench.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
No more timeouts for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor has yet to use a timeout. They did not use a single timeout in that 3-0 sweep over Goshen an evening ago. Little change-up rope over by Winkler just to tap it over the top of the block. 5th kill by Winkler. A good start out of the timeout here for MVNU. They're to within 4, trailing 20-16. Ruby's serve played by Harrell, up to Harrell. Bailey off the block and down. 5th kill for Addie Bailey, and the Taylor lead back to 5. Ryan Cerniak with a cold towel around her neck as Grace Isaacs returns to replace Korn in the Taylor 6. Right sideline, dug by Ashley Harrell. Sure will play it over to Bailey on a monster swing from Harrer. And then a miscommunication from Mount Vernon Nazarene as that ball dropped amongst multiple Cougars. 6-point advantage for Taylor at 22-16. And Pomeranke will handle the serving. Underneath is Doofer. Far sideline, Winkler, and that one lands just inside the back line. Great placement there by Winkler. Her 6th kill. And it brings MVNU to within 5. Sherb receives it. Isaacs calls for it and gets it. She'll go to the back row, and Winkler throws those arms out for the dig. Here's Harmony, and she's met at the net by the block of Isaacs and Bailey.
By number 17, Grace Isaacs.
23-17, the Taylor lead. Second block each for Bailey and Isaacs. Third one of the afternoon for TU. 2 points away from putting a stranglehold 2-0 lead here in the match this afternoon. But Harmony has other thoughts as she line drives it through, right through the block attempt of Taylor for her 6th kill. Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi noticed that her players' arms were apart, wanted them to get those hands together. Nichols serves it over. Cerniak back in. Near sideline play to Bailey, and Winkler got a hand on it, but it's deflected to the bleachers. That brings us to set point. And Taylor will have 6 set point serves and try to go up 2-0.
And number 18, Nikki Seacrest, fans it set. Oh!
6th kill for Bailey. Dodane will serve, and she'll send the bomb over to the back row. Nickel will go cross court near side, tapped and played on the due for swing. Nicole played over once, and here comes MVNU. Nickel, little tap over, dug by Korn as she dove to her right. Seacrest left sideline, off the block again. And Nicole Seacrest gets kill number 10, and Taylor wins set to 25-18, and they go up 2-0 in the match here over Mount Vernon Nazarene on the Trojan Sports Network.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Taylor much better in set 2 from a hitting percentage standpoint, hitting .313. They were over 300 last night in that win over, in that sweep, I should say, over Goshen. $16 kills, 6 errors for Taylor on 32 swings there in set 1, or set 2, excuse me. 11 kills, 7 errors on 33 swings for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor has dug over half the swings tonight for Mount Vernon Nazarene. The Trojans have 40 digs on the 77 swing attempts for Mount Vernon Nazarene here today. They almost dug exactly half of the swings last night for Goshen. They're over 50% on digs here this afternoon. Sechrist with 10 kills, Isaacs and Bailey each with 7. The Trojans also with 7 service aces here this afternoon. Amanda Adams back in there for Taylor. They'll go cross-court to Pomeranke, and Haley Harrell whistled for a double hit. She tried to play that one over her head. For the first time all match, MVNU gets the point off of our opening serve. Harmony will send it over for MVNU. Ashley Harrell to Haley Harrell in the middle to Isaacs, and it was just clinical. And Isaacs' 8th kill ties set 3 at 1.
Isaacs. In your Trojans, number 13, Jessica Dodane, and number
Dodane
18,
and Sechrist come in for Taylor.
Sechrist.
As again, Cerniak gets a breather, putting that cold towel around her neck. 1-1 our score in set 3. Dodane got her hands on it. Korn plays it, and then Dodane will scoop it over to the net, and Nickel near side of the floor, and out of the reach of everybody. It's Caitlin Dufer for her 2nd kill. 2-1 lead for MVNU as Casey Bunner comes in for the first time here this afternoon for the visitors from Ohio. Osborne back to serve. Korn up to Haley Harrell. Here's Sechrist. Blocked back over beautifully by Nicole Winkler and Dufer. 6th block of the afternoon for MVNU. 3rd one for Winkler. 1st one for Dufer. And a rare 2-point lead here for MVNU this afternoon, and they get their 2nd ace, as that one was just in front of Jessica Dodane of TU. It's Osborne with the ace for MVNU. Taylor wanted to bring in Nikki Parrott, but did not get to the substitution area in time. Isaacs, her swing, dug and controlled by Ruby. 4-1 the Taylor deficit here in set 3. They're up 2-0 in the match. Sechrist looking for that 2nd point and does with a bomb right hand. Isaacs out. And Parrott was ready to come back in, and they'll pull her back to the bench. So Korn is back to serve. Parrott was going to come in to replace Dodane, but it looked like she didn't get up there in time after they'd already signaled to get MVNU ready to serve. And Korn will get ready to serve it over. 4-2 the Taylor deficit in set 3. Nickel keeps that one alive. Dufer will play it into the net, and Taylor's to within 1. Fourth error, I should say, for Dufer this afternoon. And Korn will serve from the near side corner. Nickel to Winkler, off the block, and then backspin off the Taylor hands at the net. Winkler with 8 kills. That leads Mount Vernon Nazarene. Nickel out, Harrer in for MVNU. They lead by 2 here in set 3. Trying to keep the match going, down 2 sets to none. Haley Harrell over her head. Pomeranke will swing to the near side. It's dug by Dufer. Behind the line swing by Dufer off the top of the net and dug by Sechrist of Taylor. She gets it back from Haley Harrell. It's punched twice into the air, and the 2 players that hit it were the closest to it. And it falls down for Sechrist, 12th kill. Pomeranke out, Sherb in the serve.
Number 3, Jamie Sherb.
Sherb with an ace this afternoon. Taylor with 7 on the board. She'll play this one deep. Scampering underneath is Dufer. Behind the line swing is that of Osborne. Taking it down is Harrell. It's tapped twice by MVNU. And Haley Harrell's first kill ties us at set 3 at 5. Her father likes that one next to us, gives it a fist pump. And Sherb will knuckle one over the top of the net. Near sideline Winkler off the block in between the diving Korn and Dodane dig tries. 9th kill for Nicole Winkler, 5 in green. And Mount Vernon Nazarene regains a 1-point lead here in set 3, up 6-5. Sechrist, a little tap over the block, tap back to where the help came from. And Nikki Sechrist gets her 13th kill, closing in on a career high. Taylor tied at 6 in set 3.
Number 5, Ashley Harrell. Number 16, Amanda Adams.
That might actually tie Sechrist's career high of 13 from last weekend. Ashley Harrell sends a sidewind serve over. Dufer cross court to Harmony over the block. That one looked to be going out of bounds. Harrell got her arm on it and deflected it into the 5th row. 7th kill for Harmony. Maria Kolinoff comes in for MVNU. As the visitors lead 7-6 in set 3, they try to force the set 4. Sherb will play it up to Haley Harrell. Far sideline, Bailey had to rear back to go get it. And then I'm going to get the dig clean was Kolinoff. Kill number 8 for Addie Bailey. And set 3 is even at 7. And the aforementioned Bailey will do the serving. She already has 3 aces here this afternoon. The bottom almost dropped out of that one. Played clean. Harmony. Bailey with the dig, but it dies right in between Sherb and Isaacs for Taylor. 8-7 the lead now for MVNU as both teams seesaw back and forth. The setter, Reagan Nickel, will handle the serving for those wearing green. Sherb to Haley Harrell. Isaacs through the block and dug forward by Osborne. Nickel will play it off the net. There's Isaacs again at the net for TU, pointing in the direction where she thinks the ball will go. Korn dives in the back row for a dig. Near sideline, Adams, did it go off the block? Yeah, it did. 2nd kill for Amanda Adams, and set 3 is even at 8.
And for your Trojans, number 4, Julia Pomeranke.
Pomeranke enters for Taylor. Haley Harrell goes back to handle the serving. She has one of those 7 Taylor aces here this afternoon. That will be just the 2nd service error by the Trojans here so far. 9-8 the MVNU advantage, with Harmony handling the serving here for the visitors. Haley Harrell near sideline, Pomeranke leans into it, and it's blocked onto Taylor's side, but lands out of bounds over that far sideline. It was blocked back to TU's side, but it took a hard spin off the block attempt and lands out of bounds across from us. Sechrist and Dodane back in for TU. This one played deep. Nickel to Winkler, left sideline, blocked back over by Taylor, Pomeranke, and Isaacs, and a little sly smirk there from Pomeranke. Her first block, number 3 for Isaacs, and Taylor takes a 10-9 lead. Nickel in the middle, Winkler had to rear back to go get it. Haley Harrell near sideline, Sechrist, a little change-up, drop shot, rainbows in over the block attempt. A new career high for Nikki Sechrist with 14 kills. And Taylor up by 2, 11-9 as they go for their 2nd sweep in as many days. Nickel to the left side of the floor, Winkler dug by Korn, and Taylor just can't keep that ball alive. It took a hard ricochet off the arms of Sam Korn. The chant is TU from the Taylor bench down below us. Osborne will handle the serving. Far sideline, Isaac. She goes the changeup this time. And just like Sechrist, it works beautifully. 9th kill for Isaacs, and Taylor once again leads by 2. 12-10, the Taylor advantage. Korn will serve it over. Nickel plays it back near side. Dufer will get the kill as Korn went soaring in and just missed the dig by inches. 3rd kill by Caitlin Dufer. And she'll go back and do the serving. Dodane will scoop it to the middle. Haley Harrell over her head, far sideline, Pomeranke, and that one lands all the way on the near side corner. Pomeranke's 4th kill had eyes as it lands on the near side of the floor. And Taylor's lead goes to 2 at 13-11. Mount Vernon Nazarene's head coach Paul Swanson wanting an explanation and gets one by our second official. Sherb will dig this one from the right side of the floor. Harrell's drop shot is dug by Dufer of MVNU. They try to give Bunner a go, but it's a double hit by Mount Vernon Nazarene, and Taylor leads by 3, 14-11. Here in set 3 as they go for the sweep. Sherb will serve for Taylor once again. Keeping it off the floor is Dufer, punched over, and Sherb is there for the dig by TU. Left sideline, Sechrist, they had MVNU rolling all over the floor, kept off the floor by Harrer, and here comes Taylor trying to catch MVNU out of system. Bailey's swing is blocked and dug forward by Ruby. Left sideline to Bunner, blocked over by the Trojans again, kept alive by Osborne, and Winkler will send it over with her back to the net. Harrell wants a swing, it's blocked and down, and a Trojan point on the 2nd kill for Haley Harrell. Trojans lead by 4, 15-11. Sherb will send it over for TU. Playing it short, Bunner underneath clean. Dufer near sideline, tapped back over, it's Sechrist and Bailey on a block.
Blocked by number 18, Nikki Sechrist.
3 blocks for Bailey, 1 for Sechrist. Taylor with 7 blocks. They're up 16-11 in set 3, and MVNU needs a timeout here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
(16-11), the Taylor lead in set 3. Winkler from the right sideline. Her swing was blocked, and then MVNU has a miscommunication. They can't keep that one off the floor. 17-11, the TU lead as they go for the sweep here for the 2nd day in a row. Sherb with an ace already will float one over and almost gets ace number 2. Bunner goes deep, and she'll sweep that one with the right hand to the open space on the right side of the floor. First kill for Bunner coming off the bench here in this 3rd set. Harrell in the middle to Bailey right over the block, and digging it is Dufer for MVNU. Osborne will 2-arm it over. Harrell for Taylor. Left side of the floor, Sechrist with a match-high 14 kills. Can't make it 15 here. Bunner swing blocked and dug by Ruby. They give it back to Bunner left side, and that one goes off the heel of her hand to the bottom of the net.
In for your Trojans, number 5, Ashley Harrell, and number 16, Amanda Adams.
18-12, the Taylor lead. Ashley Harrell gets the zone to serve to, and she has a smile from ear to ear as she rejoins the fun with Amanda Adams, and she just misses trying to curl it to the open spot on the near side of the floor right next to the net. Just the third service error for Taylor here this afternoon to go along with those 7 aces. And the TU lead is 5, 18-13 here in set 3. They go for the sweep. Haley Harrell sets it up. Addie Bailey will swing it home with a right hand. Addie Bailey with that running start, her 9th kill. The roommates combine and give Taylor a 6-point lead at 19-13. And Bailey will do the serving. And this one will be kept alive by Harrer. Scooped over by Dufer for MVNU. Harrell to Adams near side. Dug forward by Dufer, and Harmony keeps it alive. Far sideline, Harrell to Harrell, and then Isaacs couldn't get around Haley Harrell, and it lands down for a point for MVNU. 19-14, the Taylor lead in set 3. Reagan Nickel re-enters, and she'll handle the serving and also the setting. Haley Harrell to Isaacs, off the block. Ruby can't get the dig, and now Isaacs, the second Trojan, in double-figure digs with 9, or with 10, excuse me.
Into your Trojans, number 4, Julia Pomeranke.
So Sechrist leading the way with 14 kills. Korn already with her 1,000th career dig, and Taylor up 20-14 in set 3. Dufer dug by Haley Harrell. Korn back to the far side, and Pomeranke, and that one's a line drive and out of bounds, too strong. Harmony will go back and serve for MVNU just over the top of the tape. Haley Harrell to the near side, Pomeranke through the block and dug forward by Nickel. They pop it up high for Osborne. Her swing tipped and blocked back over. Taylor wins the joust at the net, and now MVNU has to regroup. Osborne has her swing tipped and dug by Korn along the near side of the floor. Behind the line swing from Ashley Harrell. In the middle is Winkler through the block. Got a piece of it, was Korn, dug forward by Ashley Harrell, and then Pomeranke just tapped it too softly as it lands on TU's side of the net. And now the TU bench tries to get back. Make some noise here. The Taylor students across from us follow suit. A 20-16 Taylor lead in set 3. Isaacs wants to make it 21-16, but could not. A dig there from Nickel. Osborne swing. Haley Harrell digs for Taylor. Left sideline, Adams tipped, and then played forward on the dig by Osborne. Here's Winkler in the middle, right off the block attempt of Pomeranke and Isaacs. 11th kill for Winkler. 3 in a row for MVNU. They're to within 3, down 20-17, trying to prevent getting swept. Adams, a little tap over on those right fingertips, is dug by Harmony. Osborne through the block and dug by Haley Harrell. Back over to MVNU side, and is played forward by Ashley Harrell. To Haley Harrell to Adams, it's blocked back over once again by Mount Vernon Nazarene. Pomeranke will sweep it down as the block couldn't close out tight enough on the far side for MVNU. 5th kill for Pomeranke. Taylor back up by 4.
Number 13, Jessica Dodane, and number 18, Nikki Sechrist.
21-17, the Taylor lead. Dodane re-enters to serve. She with 2 of the 7 Taylor aces today. Left sideline play, double hit called against the center Reagan Nickel of Mount Vernon Nazarene. 22-17, the Taylor advantage. They won set 1, 26-24, set 2, 25-18, and rolling right here in set 3. Near sideline, Osborne around the block. Big dig by Korn, Harrell, and Dodane hustle after it, but they can't get to it before it lands almost all the way near the entryway to the Taylor locker room. The TU lead is 4 at 22-18, and Osborne will go back to serve. Dodane receives it. Harrell, left sideline, Sechrist around the block and dug by Nickel for MVNU. Winkler, a little tap, Sechrist a dig. Pomeranke got a second hit on it, but not enough to deflect it over to a teammate. 23-19, the Taylor lead here in set number 3. Taylor hit 313 in set 2. That number might be a little bit lower here in set 3. Harrell will two-arm it over on a third hit. Nickel, cross court. Big sweep over by Bunner. Well done by the youngster. Left sideline, Sechrist off the top of the net. And it's controlled by MVNU. A drop shot is perfectly done by Reagan Nickel on the open spot on the Taylor side of the net. Second kill for Nickel. Dodane will exit, and Nikki Parrott, after being sidelined for the last couple weeks, makes her return to the Trojan lineup for the first time in a while here. They'll go right to her, and she receives it clean. Harrell, left sideline, down below us, and Sechrist through the block. Nickel can't keep it alive, and Sechrist continues to add to this career-high kill total, now up to 15, and Taylor leads 23-20. Nickel a little slow to get back up, but does get back to her feet. And she'll play this one to the near side, and Duffer off the Bailey block attempt. Fourth kill for Caitlin Duffer. And it's back to a 2-point Taylor lead in set 3. They're 2 points away from a sweep in our third frame. And Duffer will handle the serving here. Parrott over the net and out of bounds, far sideline. Third ace for MVNU, and Taylor will take their first timeouts of the week. They had no match Wednesday, they had no timeouts last night, and they take their first timeout here with their lead down to 1 at 23-22 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
One-point lead for Taylor here in set number 3. 23-22, they're up 2-0 in the match. Parrott to Haley Harrell. Bailey faked it, and Sechrist terminated it. 16th kill for Nikki Sechrist. And that brings Oda Marina to its feet for match point, up 24-22.
Jamie Sherman. Fans, get on your feet for set. Goal.
Serb enters the serve. Taylor up 24-22 here in set 3. Duffer to Winkler near side around the block, and that lands down in front of the diving Dodane, or excuse me, the diving Parrott and diving Sherb. 12th kill for Winkler, still match point at 24-23. Haley Harrell over her head, Bailey a head start, and that one will get through the dig attempt, and Bailey gets her 10th kill. The third Trojan in double-figure kills, and Taylor gets their second sweep in as many days. They win set 3 by a final of 25-23. We're back with the Ivanhoe's post-match show after this commercial break.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Your heart? Well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com. Welcome back here on what's going to be a very fun Ivanhoe's post-match show. We're now joined by the head coach, Aaron Luthi. Get another win here at home. You get to 7-9, 4-5 in the league as you wrap up the very first go-around here in the Crossroads League. And again, you got Amanda back today. She got sick. Ryan Cerniak was a little bit under the weather there throughout the contest, but your youngsters come through again. Grace Isaacs, 10 kills, 1 error on 19 swings, and Nikki Seacrest, ho-hum, gets a career-high 16 kills. What do you think of your team's performance, getting your second sweep in as many days?
Yeah, that's it. This is awesome for us. We always respect Mount Vernon. They always come ready to play and have they have their own style of play. They're very quiet, and sometimes it's hard. They like to mix up the ball a lot and put a lot of tips over the net. And I think our girls responded well to that. We haven't responded as well to that over the last few weeks. So I just think this was a really good weekend for us overall. We had some girls that really had to step up. When your number one outside hitter goes down with fever and strep throat, and our girls just rallied well. And even today, Ryan went out. I think she has the same stuff, and we had to mix our lineup. Actually, every set we mixed our lineup to try to rest the girls who weren't feeling well. So I think it just speaks into them. This should speak into that they need to be more confident in who they are and what they're able to bring to the court.
If the girls are watching this later today, and we know that they will, lots of vitamin C, girls.
Yes.
Lots of orange juice.
Yes.
Wash those hands.
Yes.
Don't share drinks.
And rest.
Rest. Lots of rest.
Yes.
Let's talk about Sam Korn. We knew she was only 8 digs away, so she goes out and gets 11 in that first set.
Mm-hmm.
You have been her coach all 3 years that you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
How special of a player has she been, particularly as your libero the last 2 years? And she learned under a really good one your first year here in Alex Reel.
Oh yeah, she would have been a libero in any other program, but she was behind Alex Reel her freshman year. So, she is an incredible player. It has been an absolute blessing to see her grow. She's a different person than what she was in her freshman year, just on and off the court from a standpoint of she's really taking her role as a leader seriously. She brings an energy. I mean, her vert on her celebration jumps are beautiful, and she just brings a dynamic to the court that is irreplaceable. My goal for her, she should finish as, libero of the year for the conference, and, as long as we can keep her healthy, and she should. There's no reason she shouldn't. And I want to celebrate that. The hard work that she puts in, the dynamic that she brings to our team is unmatchable.
We'll let you get out of here. Looks like the girls are getting ready to take a team photo with all of those signs you guys printed for Sam's 1,000th career dig. Aaron, congrats, and we'll talk to you not for a while, so don't forget about us. You go on the road for a minute and a half, so don't forget about us here on the Trojan Sports Network. We'll see you when you guys get back here on October 3rd when Marion comes to town.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Aaron Luthi, the head coach here of the Trojans, here on the Ivanhoe's post-match show. Taylor had 3 players in double-figure kills, led by Nikki Seacrest's career-high 16 kills. Grace Isaacs had 10. Addie Bailey had 10 as well. For the 9th or 10th match in a row, Haley Harrell had at least 30 assists. She finishes with 43. She also had another double-double, 43 assists and 12 digs. The Trojans had 55 digs on the 116 swings by Mount Vernon Nazarene here today. That is a 47% dig-to-swing ratio here this afternoon. Special thanks to Emily and Isaac, our 2 student workers here this afternoon. We thank you folks for tuning in here today as well. Taylor is on the road at Indiana Wesleyan next Wednesday. Then they're at a tournament up in Chicago at Olivet Nazarene next weekend. They're back home on October 3rd when Marion, who is now tied for the top spot in the Crossroads League standings, comes to Odell Arena. The next 2 home matches after that are October 17th and October 24th before the Crossroads League tournament starts on November 3rd. Taylor gets their second sweep in as many days to improve to 7-9 on the year, 4-5 in the Crossroads League. And this has been a presentation of Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Have a good rest of your weekend. For now, we say good afternoon and good night, no matter where you're watching from Upland, Indiana.